Hello, my dear besties. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most emotional and powerful releases from F&F Entertainment, the Passage Mood film, titled Our Path. Now, if you've already seen it, you know what I mean when I say it's not just another teaser or concept video. My goal in this video is to help you understand the true meaning behind it, to break down the message, the symbolism, and the emotions that AHOF wanted to share through this masterpiece. So stick around, like this video, and subscribe for your daily dose of AHOF videos and specials. At first glance, the video might look like a beautifully shot piece of art. Moody lighting, soft camera movements, a soundtrack that pulls at your heart. But the moment you start to really listen and feel it, you realize it's telling a much deeper story. A story of pain, growth, and rebirth. This film captures what fans rarely get to see: the silent battles behind the smiles. Each frame of the passage represents a chapter in their lives: the sleepless nights, the silent tears, the times they almost gave up. It's a reminder that the dream of becoming an idol isn't built only on talent, but also on endurance and courage. As the title suggests, the passage symbolizes a journey, the transition from boyhood to manhood, from fear to faith, from shadows to light. And AHOF doesn't shy away from showing the truth. The film alludes to struggles like bullying, depression, rejection from auditions, and even the darkest moments where some of them felt like ending it all. It's heavy, yes, but it's also real. And in that rawness, there's something incredibly inspiring. They're not just idols. They're survivors. They've been through emotional storms most people couldn't imagine, yet here they are, standing tall, ready to turn their pain into music, their heartbreak into hope. One thing that struck me personally while watching this was how honest it felt. In an industry often focused on perfection, AHOF showed imperfection, vulnerability, and that's what makes this mood film so powerful. You can see it in their eyes, the subtle movements, the silence between the notes. It's not about being glamorous, it's about being real. And honestly, that's something I think all of us can learn from. Life doesn't always give us perfect moments. Sometimes it's the broken parts, the struggles, that shape us into who we're meant to become. What's also beautiful about the passage is how it doesn't end in darkness. Even though it begins with pain, it slowly transitions into hope, showing that these once fallen stars are learning to shine again. The lighting shifts, the tone changes, and suddenly you can feel that sense of renewal, like the dawn after a long night. And that's the message I believe AHOF wants to share with their fans. No matter how broken you feel, no matter how many times you've failed or been rejected, you can still rise again. There's always another chapter waiting to be written. Now let's talk about the symbolism in the video, because F&F Entertainment clearly put thought into every detail. The dark hallways represent their confusion during their trainee days, a time filled with doubt and fear. The mirrors symbolize self-reflection, facing their flaws, their insecurities. The rain scenes mirror their internal sadness and cleansing process, while the moments of silence show isolation, the feeling of being trapped in your own mind. But then, the light appears, symbolizing clarity, unity, and healing. It's as if the film is telling us, you can't find light without walking through the dark first. From an artistic point of view, the passage reminds me of how art can heal. It's a visual poem about transformation. And honestly, I think this kind of raw storytelling is what the K-pop industry needs more of. Instead of just perfection, we're seeing truth. Instead of just choreography and visuals, we're seeing emotion and purpose. And I truly respect AHOF for choosing to open up like this, not just for fame, but for awareness. To tell every fan out there who's struggling that they're not alone. Now, if we dig deeper, the passage also reflects something bigger, a social reality that many young people today can relate to. The pressure to succeed, the fear of failure, the loneliness behind ambition. AHOF's story mirrors what a lot of us experience in our own lives. Maybe not as idols, but as dreamers. We all face rejection, heartbreak, and moments where we question our worth. But AHOF shows us that these moments don't define us. How we rise from them does. Personally, watching this made me think about my own path, how pain can be both a curse and a teacher. Sometimes, it's in our lowest points that we discover our truest selves. That's exactly what the passage teaches. Pain isn't the end of your story, It's the bridge to your next beginning. And that's something I think everyone needs to hear right now. To all the FOHAs watching this, I think this mood film is a love letter to you too. It's AHOF's way of saying, thank you for seeing us, even when we couldn't see ourselves. It's about gratitude, connection, and resilience. And as fans, it's our turn to keep supporting them, not just for their success, but for their story. Because what makes AHOF special isn't just their music or visuals, it's their honesty, their willingness to show pain and turn it into hope. So if you haven't watched AHOF, the Passage Mood film, Our Path yet, make sure to check it out right after this video. I've added the link down in the comments below for you. And when you do, don't just watch it as a fan, watch it as someone who understands that every dream comes with its own sacrifices, fears, and battles. Every tear, every sleepless night, and every moment of doubt builds the strength that shapes who we are. Let this mood film remind you that healing is not a straight line. It's messy, it's emotional, but it's also beautiful. When I first saw it, I honestly felt a mix of pride, empathy, and pure inspiration. It reminded me how rare it is to see artists open up about their pain so bravely. In a world where so many people hide their struggles behind smiles, AHOF chose to expose their wounds and turn them into art. And that, to me, is the definition of courage. They didn't just perform. They spoke through silence, through emotion, through every frame of that film. That's what makes them truly extraordinary. Not perfection, but honesty. And here's something I want every FOHA to take away. Success isn't built on having a flawless journey. It's about having the strength to walk through your imperfect one. AHOF's Passage is living proof that no matter how dark things get, light always finds its way back. It's a reminder that pain can transform into purpose, and failure can become the foundation of something beautiful. Healing is possible, growth is real, and hope, even when it's faint, is always worth holding on to. So if this story touched your heart like it did mine, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video to spread positivity, and of course, subscribe for more content that dives deeper into music, meaning, and the stories that move us. Because just like AHOF, we're all walking through our own passage. Sometimes lost, sometimes hurting, but always moving forward. And maybe, just maybe, when we look back one day, we'll realize that every struggle was simply leading us toward our own light.